And we're back. At long last, I got this working on my computer. This, of course, is Age of Empires, and we are going to do what I wanted to do for a long while now, but due to some really bad, choppy stuff, when it came to the recording, it just did not like Age of Empires for some reason. But right here is Age of Kings, and I am going to play some of these campaigns over the next few videos. So, yeah, let's get this starting. William Wallace.
Age of Empires 2 is about empire building, combat and conquest. You start from humble beginnings, a small village in the Dark Ages. You explore to expand your borders, conduct trade to boost your economy, and research technologies to grow your civilization into a mighty empire. But there are difficulties too. Cunning enemies and rivals that oppose you, powerful castles to destroy, tyrants to bring down. And if you're skillful and a little lucky, you just might build a wonder of the world and create an empire that will stand the test of time. To learn how empires are built, help our first hero, William Wallace, in his fight against his oppressors.
We are without a leader. The dead King of Scotland has no heir. War creeps in from the south, where Edward Longshanks, the avaricious King of England, has returned from successful campaigns to conquer Wales and France. As Longshanks turns his attention to Scotland, the shadow of fear settles across the Highlands. The English have thousands of Welsh longbowmen, hundreds of knights on horseback, and dozens of siege weapons. We Scottish have a rabble of untrained soldiers who do not even know how to march in a straight line. We must act soon if we have any chance of resistance. We need to forge an army by any means necessary.
We need a tutorial. That's what we're getting.
The English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back.
But if we're to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march and fight. Follow the path to the blue flag.
This is so 101.
First, click the soldier. Good. Now, right-click near the blue flag.
Good.
Now, move to the next flag. Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag.
I know what I'm
Excellent.
doing.
To move to the next flag, you must walk through the black area. Moving into the black area reveals more of the map.
The Fog
The
of War.
black area represents unexplored territory. That's all there is to it. Now go on to the next flag where you'll meet some allied soldiers. To move all
With
your
fear.
soldiers at once, click near the units and drag around them. Then right-click to move them. Try moving your soldiers to the next flag. Did all your units make it to the flag? The road ahead is guarded by an English
I'm just
outpost.
flying right by him.
Scroll up to the outpost
care what the hell he
building by
says.
moving the mouse to the very top of the screen.
I've heard him for years, decades even.
Right-click the outpost to attack it.
This game was being so influenced by Braveheart, which it just, I think, was either about to come out or had just come out. Forget which.
The outpost is destroyed. That should slow the English raids.
Keep following the path to the village.
You can see the mods on
Wait.
the
English are
roads
angry
here.
that you destroyed their outpost. They're coming to attack your village.
Don't panic. Just click your soldiers and right-click the red English soldiers to attack. Defeat the enemy soldiers and you will have won your first battle.
Good job. Now you know how to fight back against the English.
Wonder if there's any sort of like time to beat this. Oh yeah, look. The little author's note down there in the corner. What the hell's that? Oh, it's a bird.
Scotland has soldiers now, if only a few. But if we are to turn back the greed of Edward Longshanks, we will need many more recruits. Much more gold in our coffers. These ancient stones and oaks around us will soon be steeped in the blood of clansmen.
Yeah, I've already beaten this. Like, I've beaten most of this game anyway, even the newer ones. But I'll go through each and every one of them. After, I think, around about 4, it becomes proper. It's less tutorially, or in this case, the learning campaign. But I don't know. Even this is kind of nice. There's something good about it.
He marches on its stomach.
Plus, I like
So
these.
the old saying goes. My clansmen have been farming and tending sheep for hundreds of years, but gathering enough food to feed an army is a different matter entirely. Without a strong economy, the meager forces that we've cobbled together will collapse again.
He just does not have time for this shit.
To support the Scottish army, you'll need to build up your stockpile of resources. To win, gather 50 food, 50 wood,
and 50 gold.
To gather food from the forage bush, click a villager.
I did. He's working.
Then right-click a forage bush near the blue flag. In the status area at the bottom of the screen, you can see how much food the villager is carrying. The villager continues to gather from the forage bush until he's carrying 10 food.
Food.
The villager will continue working for you, carrying the food to the town center. The amount of food you have is shown in the upper left corner of the screen. In addition to your food stockpile, you can see your current wood, gold, and stone stockpiles. The more villagers you have, the faster you can gather resources. Assign your new villagers to gather food. Good! You found some gold!
Just random gold just sticking up out of the ground. I don't think you get that in Scotland.
Great! You now have 50 food. To win, also gather 50 wood and 50
gold.
To gather wood, click a villager, then right-click a tree. If you haven't found any
A
gold
what?
yet,
A trip?
search in the unexplored territory.
Which is odd because it was already explored. What's going on there? I love her just on her own, just mining gold.
Good job! You now have enough wood.
Bid fear.
The sounds of my youth. Of course, I'd have like another 20 going at it until there would be nothing left of all this gold. And I think that's the mission. Yeah.
You're well on your way to making a city.
Oh yes,
Excellent!
such a
You
bustling
now have
thoroughfare.
enough gold.
Let's see, is there any hidden stuff? I don't know what's going on here. You can see here I kind of added more stuff like mods. The dirt looks a bit different. The water I think looks very brackish. Here, is that food? Oh yeah, that's fish.
That Edward Longshanks, for all his disrepute, has shown military tactics in Wales, England, and France to be very effective, if not cruel and ruthless.
Compared to every other
Need an
king?
enemy to be feared. The English sacked the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Would that I could call it a battle, but it was truly more of a massacre. Unless we organize our army, there will be more massacres to follow. I pray we can be ready for Longshanks coming.
You know, I think, looking at that picture there, if I remember right, the Scots would have dressed more or less the exact same as the English. You know, again, this is all like, well, let's just say things like this kind of led up to Brexit from, not Brexit, the bloody, the Scottish independence vote, and well, we all saw how well that worked.
In villages throughout the Highlands, there is grim talk of skirmishes between Scotland and England. We lost the city of Dunbar this week. Scottish defenders broke ranks and fled. The English have an army that is larger and better trained. To compete with them, we are going to need new recruits to pick up the spear, sword, or bow. We must remake these shepherds into soldiers.
Alright. If I remember right, this is
We will need many
almost
soldiers to defend our home.
proper episode, a
We'll
proper
start
mission.
by creating villagers. Click your town center, then click the Create Villager button in the lower left corner of the screen. It takes time for a villager to appear. If your town center is selected, you can see job. The villager has appeared next to your town center. Now, create another village. You need additional housing to support your population. To build a house, click a villager. Click the Buildings button, click the Build House button, then click where you want to build the house. Barracks complete. Now you can create soldiers. Click the barracks, then click the Create Militia button. If more than one villager builds a building, it will go up faster.
I know.
Selecting different buildings or units gives you different options in the lower left corner of the screen. Good job. Try building another house. Each house, other buildings are made just like houses. Try building a barracks. The barracks is a military building.
You
That's
don't
one
say.
militia unit. Create 3 more, and you'll have enough soldiers to protect this area and win the scenario. Click the barracks, and quickly click the Create Militia button.
It mustn't be
3
this
more
one, this is still
times
basic
to make
tutorials.
3 soldiers in a row.
I think Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds did and that was a very basic carbon copy of this, but I think it did a very good job compared to this of just, I don't know, having better overall tutorial. Felt more interesting.
Now that you have a few soldiers, you'll be able to defend this area against English attacks.
Good. Oh, that's it. Okay, plus I got that achievement. I don't know if you can see it. Champion of the Celts. Neat. And again, nothing's going on here. As you know, Scotland is famous for its endless bleak deserts with no hope in sight. As you do.
Now that we have militias stationed across the border, the English have slowed their raids. But face it, Longshanks' army will be another matter. The wicked English king has yet to bring his famous longbows to bear. Our militias could only get us so far. We are going to need more advanced weapons.
Research and tech. I think it's the Battle of Stirling is when it really gets into
Rumors creep in from the south of a giant who leads the forces of Scotland, his great sword
Proper
driving
missions.
through earth and man and horse alike. If this mythical night can hold the English advance, it will give us time to develop the arms we need. Even now, our smiths are forging swords, and fletchers are making arrows and crossbow bolts.
I don't think that was done right.
English use very advanced weapons and armor. To win, you will need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English raids.
Pt.1.
You're going to need to research some technologies
Loom.
of your own to increase the strength of your civilization. For example,
Pt.2.
researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. To research loom, click the town center, then click the research loom button. Good.
Bonen.
Researching technology costs resources, but improves your civilization. While you're researching, you can put your villagers to work and use your military units to explode.
Hmm. You got some stone there, but oh yeah, we need to have a dock. Can we? Do you know where we can build it? Yep.
New technologies and buildings become available when you advance to a new age. To advance from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age, you need 500 food.
You also
now you have
need
enough food to advance to the Feudal Age. However, you also need 2 buildings from your current age. You already have a barracks, so now have your villagers build a mill.
beat you to
The
it.
mill is a drop-off point for food, so build it next to your food source.
I have this video going for about 20 odd minutes, so according to this,
Now you
it's
can
running
advance
out.
from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age. Click your town center, then click the Advance to Feudal Age button. Good! You're on your way to the Feudal Age. In addition to gathering food at forage bushes, villagers can herd sheep or hunt deer for food.
I think all this would be already known.
To arms!
Oh, here we
The
go.
English are making a sneak attack.
Where? Okay.
Now that the battle is over, create some extra militia units at the barracks to replenish your forces.
I don't think you guys even got a single hit in. That was all the militia. That was all the. Oh yeah, you got a little bit wounded.
Tid. Pt.2.
You see what I mean? If you've seen the Rise of Nations video, just a simple thing like an automatic scouting button, and just leave them be.
Congratulations! Advancing to the next stage is the best way to improve your civilization.
It also
Near
looks
the
cool.
minimap at the lower right corner of the screen is the Idle Villager button. Click it and locate villagers who are not currently assigned to a task. Now that you're in the feudal age, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms. Click the barracks, then click Upgrade to Men-at-Arms.
Men-at-Arms.
Upgrading to Man-at-Arms will change
Man
your
at
militia
Arms.
units to the more powerful Men-at-Arms.
Which one is it?
The
Wanna get
English
that?
are attacking again! Teach them a lesson with your new men-at-arms!
Oh no, they have men-at-arms. I thought it was man-at-arms.
The English are no match for your warriors.
Oh, they're warriors now, are they? as I have a minute left here.
Longshanks has invaded, stormed, and sacked the city of Perth. It's worse. He's captured the fabled Stone of Scone and declared himself King of Scotland.
Oh, I'm sure they'll return that.
Cannot bring about a victory in battle soon, then the Scottish armies will be too demoralized to put up any fight at all. If this mythical Scottish giant does exist, I wish he'd get his forces up to Stirling, where we shall next do battle.
Just enough time to get ready, I think.
The minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly formed army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops.
Dun dun dun.